Welcome back, beautiful people, to another episode of Not So Good Advice, where me, the host, Lou Bloom, gives you, the beautiful people, well, not so good advice. I know. Another beautiful day in this beautiful world with a beautiful host and the beautiful people. Yes, welcome back to number 13 episode, the 13th episode. I know I fucked that up, but it's okay. It doesn't even matter, yo. Disclaimer. I always gotta say this, okay? This is not professional advice, and this is not legal advice. This is purely for comedic purposes and entertainment only. You should not be taking this literal. But if you do take it literal, like, comment, subscribe, send an email. notsogoodadvice19@gmail.com so we know how it went. Did it go good? Did it go bad? Did it go rad? Did it go Chad? Who fucking cares? I don't. You shouldn't either. But like, comment, subscribe, and share if you want. If you really want to share. We got some juicy ones today. I can't wait to share it with the beautiful people. So let's go. This one, the title goes as, what do you do when you meet someone's gaze at the gym? I like this question actually because I know exactly what to do. I don't go to the gym too much. I got my own gym. But if I were to be at the gym, because I was there a few times, and I would always see a gaze. Almost every time there would be a gaze upon this beautiful body. And people, we would be working out. Especially on the Smith machine. Especially on that machine, Especially on that pulley. Especially on that pull you gotta do. That pull you do. You do that pull, and there's always that gaze. There's always one gaze looking at you. We're not talking about the babes, okay? They're always looking at the babes. But we're talking about the beautiful bros, okay? Like me and like you. Okay, boys? Yes, when you're working out, sometimes you see that gaze, and I know exactly what to do. And that's pretty much all that person asked. He said, it's so awkward. What do you do when you meet someone's gaze at the gym? I know what you do. So when you find yourself pulling, you're pulling on the gym. You're pulling, or you're pulling this way, or you're doing the lateral, whatever you're doing. When you're pulling, and you catch that gaze, don't let go of the gaze. Lock it in. You lock in that gaze when you're pulling. You're pulling, and you notice the gaze, and you just lock it in. If you want, you can even let go of the fucking machine. Let go of that shit. Just let go of it. And you lock in that gaze. And don't let go. Because what you are entering right there, you know what it is? That's the animal kingdom. You have entered the animal kingdom once you catch that gaze. And you don't let go. You just look at the gaze, right? You look and you keep that gaze. And you're locked in. And whoever lets go of the gaze first, they lose. Because that gaze, I'll tell you what that gaze is. That gaze is officially, it's a show of dominance. Okay? And whoever loses that gaze, they lose the property, they lose the territory. They're displaying dominance through the gaze. That's what they do. That's what if you don't know, then my bro, you're not dominant. Plain and simple. Okay? Plain and simple. Whenever I was doing the Smith or press and I got locked in the gaze, I would make sure to never let go of that gaze. I would keep that gaze going. And I keep that gaze going. And I just keep it going. And usually, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter how tall, no matter how wide, they would always let go of the gaze. I mean, granted, I look at them crazy and I wouldn't stop. But that's the gaze. That's what you got to do when you're at the gym and they give you that gaze. Don't let go. It's a display of dominance, okay? And whoever looks away from the gaze, they lost the territory, okay? And what comes with the territory? Mating rights, food resources, water resources. You spread your genes all throughout the territory. You guys might not think it's true, but it's true. It's true, okay? I hope that answers your question. Next one. I found my coworker had sex with another coworker's mom. Oh, I remember doing this a few times, maybe like 3, 4, 5, or 6 times. But the guy wrote, should I report this to HR? I hate knowing this. Any advice? For some context, 24-year-old guy moved to New York about 6 months ago, working for a startup, and it's a good gig. I'm on the ground floor with a nice foot in the door. Whoa, did you make that rhyme on purpose? I don't think you did. Okay. Well, let me give you this advice. Okay. How about you just do the classic, just shut your mouth and don't say shit. And you put your head down and you go to, do what what you signed up to do, which is provide a service and work. Because time after time after time, I see this. I see this all the time. People get in their business. People they don't mind their business. They get in other people's business and they end up ruining it for everyone else. Like, it's honestly ridiculous, okay? Because there's some tendencies throughout the world that some people know, some people don't know. And, I'm not going to say I was born and raised in the hood, but I know a few hood tendencies, okay? Because I was born and raised, half and half, not super, like, well-off, rich, but, when you first start in life, it's kind of rough. So you find yourself in rough places. And one thing about the hood, there's a lot of people in the hood, they know one golden rule. One golden rule, and everyone can learn from it. It's true. Mind your business. Mind your business. A lot of people don't do that nowadays. It's like what are we doing here? Like, people are just too nosy. Like, literally, think about this. Found out my coworkers had sex with another coworker's mom. Okay, what does that have to do with you? Like, why are you asking me this? What does it have to do with you? Look, nowadays, we're literally in 2025, and the world isn't what it used to be. So you have to remember, or just know this: if something's out happening in the street or at the workplace or whatever, and if you get into another person's business, you have to be prepared to die. Literally, I know it sounds crazy, I know it sounds intense, but you have to be prepared to die. If you see someone getting robbed on the street, who cares if it's a little girl? Who cares if it's an old man? Who cares if it's a school bus full of nuns? If you get involved, you should be prepared to die. That's plain and simple. Because if there's a robbery happening at a bank or a liquor store or anything like that, and you see it and you want to be the Superman and you rip your stuff and you see the ass and you're Superman and you go help him, a lot of times people die like that. A lot of times a man robbing them, turn around, bam, and they're done and they're gone. And you know what? Like, let's say the guy gets away or gets caught, right? And you end up passing away. I mean, yes, you're going to be a hero, and the most they're going to do is maybe write an article about you, but, you're not going to get a star on the Walk of Fame. You're not going to get a statue, that's for damn sure. You're not going to get a statue in the city. I mean, you're not even going to get a folded flag brought to your wife and parents. Like, that's not going to happen. It's really not. So, I mean, look, if I see something crazy happening, like ridiculously crazy that I have to step in, I like to think about myself as a quality man, a stand-up man, because my dad was a stand-up man, and the way he raised me was, they just, like my dad, they don't make him like that no more, and I'm pretty sure you guys can relate too. But it has to be some crazy shit happening for me to step in. It really does. So, in those cases, I will be prepared to die. I mean, if I really wanted to, tomorrow, if I die, I'd be okay with it, because I've done so much in my life. I mean, I haven't broke any records, or I'm not in the Guinness Book of Records, or I haven't, I don't got the Nobel Peace Prize, but I've loved and lost. I won money. I've donated money. I gave away money. I lost money. I got money stolen from me. I got in fights and kicked ass. I got my ass kicked. I gave back to the world. Everything. I've traveled, like, so many things. Literally, if I died tomorrow, I'd be okay with it. I honestly would be. I really would. To put it in other terms, if I wanted to be a monk tomorrow and be a complete monk and not, just live with a robe in a pot, in a bowl, and shave my hair and you never have sex again, I could do that. I'd be fine with it, because after everything I've been through. So that's why I say, if you get into other people's business, you have to be prepared to die. I hope that answers your question. On to the next one. This one goes as, men, what is a major sacrifice, compromise you made for her but she was ungrateful. Basically, what the title says. Okay. I like this question. I really gotta think about this one. I really gotta make my gears grinding on this one. Okay. What was a major sacrifice or compromise you made for her, but she was ungrateful? Okay, well, I don't want to say ungrateful. I don't want to say that because, I really haven't been in a lot of relationships, like very serious relationships, maybe like 2. That's about it. And I don't want to say they were ungrateful, but, in a lot of ways, we're all ungrateful. In a lot of ways, You don't know how good you have something until it's gone. Whether that be good food, a nice healthy body, a beautiful, woman or person in your life, a nice job, just a cool car that your first car, it was like a shitbox, but it was awesome. I mean, especially an older car, because the older cars, they don't make them like they used to anymore. The newer cars are all plastic and flimsy, and they're just bullshit. I mean, and like every time you drive, you hear, you're going too fast. You gotta slow down. Oh, you're pressing the brakes too hard. Like it's all bullshit. It sucks. But one thing that I gave, and I'm pretty sure other people can relate too, and now they're ungrateful, would probably be the most valuable thing in life, and that is your time, your emotional support, your undivided attention. Fuck the money. Fuck the little presents you gave him. Fuck all that shit. Your life, especially if you're with them for years, your life. But also, if you get that coin and you flip the coin, I like to also look at it the other way. Would be, time wasted is not time wasted at all. Okay, if you say, oh, you wasted my time, I wasted your time, I don't look at it that way. Sometimes it's good to waste time. It's healthy for you. The art of not doing anything, it's healthy for you. So, yeah, so I would say on the other side, time wasted is not wasted time at all, because you always learn something from it. And if you're not learning something from every situation and every scenario you're in life, well then you're not living, you're doing it wrong, and you really need to be, focusing on other things, and just, I guess being introspective and learning about your life and locking in more, because every situation you can learn from it. I hope that answers your question, sport. Next one. What do natural versus fake breasts feel like? If you have a preference, why not? Okay. 24-year-old lady. I'm considered getting a breast augmentation, but will guys hate how they feel? Can you feel a difference? Does it feel better or worse? Have you always known when a woman has had one? I'd love to be able to get one and not have anyone know. Why? Why do you want to fool people? Why are you trying to fool the world? That's what I want to know. Why fool the world? Why can't you be happy with the one and only God gave you? Because man, I guess this is a lady thing. Even though crazy men get this done too, there's not really a thing men can do to change unless you get that surgery that makes him 2 inches taller, or if you get I guess lipo, or you get that surgery that they put muscle implants in you, which is ridiculous, like ridiculous. Other surgeries too that guys can get, but trust me, like, don't get that shit. To answer your question, yes, I can tell every time, all the time. Some guys can't. When I was younger, I probably couldn't, but then I got older, and I was able to tell. I really was, and it's all up to the guy. Some guys like fake boobs. Some guys like natural boobs. I like them all. I really do. But if I had to pick, I'd probably pick the real God-made boobs, because it's the way nature intended it. So sometimes it's hot. Like, oh yeah, big fake titties. Oh whoa, they're cool, I guess. But like, I like a God-made woman. I like the natural. It reminds me that you're real. You're a real person, and you don't have insecurities, even though we all do. And you know, you're not crazy enough to go under the knife. And I'm not saying, no offense to everyone who went under the knife. I get it, but also, I guess my wife, I don't know about I don't know, but I guess I would prefer natural. But I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, your boy Lou Bloom, well, he went to a nice little, how do you say, recreational environment, okay? And while doing so, I met a beautiful middle-aged lady, okay, beautiful. And well, she wanted a massage. So me being the nice guy, I gave her a massage. But she said, you know, I work out a lot. I'm so stressed. I need a massage on my back, but you know, the reverse side. So I was like, oh, obviously she wants me to massage her chest. Okay. So I started massaging her. I know. I'm just such a good guy. So I did it, but I felt something when I was massaging them. I felt something while I was massaging them. I really did. I felt something. And I mean, she looked good, but it felt really, how do I explain this? It felt like, have you ever got a plastic Ziploc bag, like, you know, the whatever, the little ones, or have you ever got an ice bag when you were in elementary school or high school, but elementary more like? They get an ice bag, Ziploc, put a little ice in there, and they zip it closed, right? They zip it closed, and after a while, your head's hurting or whatever, and the ice melts, right? So then at this point, there's just water. You have a Ziploc bag of water. That's what it is, right? And have you ever twisted the Ziploc bag, and now it's more like a squishy, you know, water squishy bag, right? It's like that. When I was massaging her, it felt like a Ziploc bag with water. I literally felt the ends in the factory where they glued the Ziploc bags together, and at the bottom it's like a thin, like a line with the glue, the hot glue, or I guess they used heat to keep it together, to glue it together. You know, I could literally feel it. Oh shit. On the side of her, I was like, I didn't tell her, but in my mind, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. You got a cheap job, wow. And I felt it on the side, and she basically had 2 Ziploc bags in her chest. I didn't pay for it. That was her. That's on her. So yeah, that was an interesting moment for me, because I realized, wow, people really be doing this shit in real life. On to the next one. I hope that answers your question. I'm a 24-year-old dude, or a 20-year-old dude, just found out my girlfriend, who's 21, has genital herpes. What action should I take? Wow, she has the genitalia herpes, of the genitalia kind? Wow, that's amazing. I try to make this not too long, but for context, we had dated for 3 years, separated for about 6 months before getting together again recently. About a week ago, she noticed what looked like a About a week ago, she noticed what looked like a cut on her private parts. Can't say the V word. Oh, yeah, of course you can. Which when we tested it, it ended up being herpes. Ooh, shit. I have slept with her and only her. She swears up and down she has only slept with me and only me. This may sound stupid, and I think I know the answer, but it is possible. Is it possible she didn't cheat? Yeah, bro. It's possible. I'm aware you can get it through oral with cold sores, but I know this and made sure that never happened. How'd you make sure that never happened to her? I've gotten a blood test and I am expecting results back today or tomorrow. Wow, shit, how exciting. Even if I'm positive or negative, I can't prove she did get it from someone else. Not sure how to go about this or what to believe. Any advice would be much appreciated. Well, you came to the right place, brother, because I got advice for you. Fancy, good old Lou Bloom, old and faithful here. Well, personally, I don't know about you, and I don't know about the people of the world, but me personally, anything that affects my body and that's going to affect my body for life, and I can't change it and it sticks with me forever, whether it's getting like some crazy cancer, whether it's breaking my femur and I always walk with a limp, whether it's, getting my adult teeth fucked up, I don't like that. It scares me. It makes me nervous. I don't want that in my life. I don't need that. So I try the most, as hard as I can, to preserve it 110%. I try to preserve, this beautiful body. So if I was you, if you get the test results back and you're clean, end that shit, my boy. End it. You don't need that in your life. Because, come on. Who's she fooling? Who's she fooling, my boy? Who's she fooling? Really? She got genital herpes when you happen to be split up and she never slept with anyone? Who's she fooling, my boy? She ain't fooling me. She is not fooling me. She's not. She's not. But she's fooling you. So, if you're clean, I'd get the fuck out of Dodge. Get out of there. Escape LA. Escape it. Not literally, but like escape that shit, because it's a cold world. It's a dangerous world. It's a sad world. And some people, believe it or not, are willing. They're willing to taint other people's lives if it means they think they'll stay with them forever or longer. Some people aren't adult enough or mature enough or just decent people enough to just be like, you know what, I got this disease or I got this going on. I'm going to tell them the truth, or we're going to split up. Like, they won't say that. They'll be happy. They'll be happy to hold your hand and walk you down to hell. They would. I'm not saying you're going to go to hell. I'm not saying she's going to go to hell. But what I'm saying is, some people aren't strong enough to look you in, or their partner or the one they love, in the eye and say, we shouldn't be together. Whether that be because you're crazy or you're not in a good part of life where you're at, or if you got genital herpes and you can't even tell them the truth. But that coin, on the flip side of that coin, if she's dirty, if you're dirty and you end up having herpes somehow, consider staying with her, I guess, because then you open a can of shit worms that, like, you're going to have to tell your next partners, hey, I've been diagnosed with this. I just want to let you know before we get serious or sexual. I've been diagnosed with this. Thank God. Thank God I have nothing on me and I'm a clean little boy. Thank God. But no judgment here. Just kidding. Judgments. People in this world are not clean anymore. A lot of them aren't. It's dirty and it's dark and it's grim and it's just sad and it's dangerous and it's scary, honestly. It's fucking scary how dirty the world is. So no matter what, my advice, if I had to give you a golden rule, one golden rule, like Charlie had a golden ticket, this is my golden ticket. This is my golden ticket to you. Always wear protection. Always. This isn't a game. This isn't a game. This isn't a game. This is your life. And I know you think it's cute or it's cool or it's funny to just be smashing girls, without protection. Oh, it doesn't feel the same. Oh, I can't get hard with it. Oh, I can't come with it, when I wear it. Well, then don't be fucking doing it. Don't do it. Like, wear protection all the time. I promise you. You won't regret it. I promise you. You won't. So, that's my advice for that one. Okay, we're almost done here. I got a few more though. We'll finish it. Fiance's dad mad I didn't ask for permission or blessing. Okay. I see. So I asked my girlfriend to marry me over the weekend and she said yes. Oh, this calls for an NPC clap. Congratulations, lovebirds. You got the worst STD of all. Marriage and love. So, I asked my girlfriend to marry me over the weekend. Everyone happy for us except for her dad because I didn't inform him of the plan. My proposal plan was only shared with few. Only one from her side was her sister. I knew if I told one, everyone would know the situation. Makes sense. I'm unsure if he's mad. He didn't know that I didn't ask for permission or didn't ask for his blessing. Not super traditional or religious family, if that context matters. How do I smooth this over with him? I've always been on good terms with him and he likes me, but now he's kind of pouting is the best way to describe it. Oh, he's pouting? So what, he's doing this? Is he doing that? Like, okay. Let me tell you this. How old are you guys? You didn't tell me how old you guys were. Okay. So, look, let's just face it. I'm pretty sure you're grown. I'm pretty sure she's grown. So, like, look, you ask him for the blessing. If he says no, what, are you not going to marry her? Are you not going to propose to her? Forget that. You're still going to propose. And if you both love each other, you're still going to get married. So, I mean, yes, I guess I would want to ask my future wife's dad for the blessing as well, or at least let him know, hey, I really love your daughter. We've been together for a while. So I just, I see a future together, and I do just want to let you know, take it as asking for a blessing, or take it as, me asking man to man, respectfully, that I solemnly swear to watch over your daughter and protect her with my life. I would probably say something like that. And, if he said no, it's not like I'm not going to marry her. I mean, fuck it. That's the person I love. Honestly, he'll get over that shit. He'll get over it. No big deal. Who cares? I don't care. Do you? So, that's what I say about that one. I mean, I kind of understand the dad a little bit, but like, I mean, people do what they do anyway. And, yeah, I mean, like, what's the big deal? I mean, what is he doing by pouting? That's what I want to know. But, I mean, congratulations to you two. And, if I was you, I would actually, I guess, talk to him, have a beer with him, have a chela with him, have a whiskey on the rocks with him. Or if you're really classy, take it dry. And tell him, hey, I know I've asked your daughter to be my fiance in the wedding, and I guess I don't know if you take it as disrespect, but I'm sorry that I didn't ask for your blessing. I just felt like I had to do what I had to do at the time. I hope you don't take it as disrespect because I do respect you as a person and everything you are as a man. I actually look up to you. I'm pretty sure if you honey dick him a little bit, he's probably gonna be like, oh wow, okay. See, like he'll get over that shit. Fuck it. Next question, final question. Oh, of course. Why are many men, many men, with death on me, no. Why are many men single? What do you think is the main reason that many men are single in the United States? What characteristics and or attributes do you believe impact that? As always, everyone please be respectful. Respectful for what? For what? I'm super respectful. I'm the most respectful person you'd ever meet, you ever see, you would ever have the privilege to gaze your beautiful eyes upon and your ears to, hear. Yes, we're all grown adults. I know what you mean. But, yeah. Okay, why are many men single? I don't know if it's in the U.S., because I'm pretty sure in Japan, they're super single out there too. Not having kids. Pretty sure in China, they're not having kids either. I don't know if this is like a girl saying this, but I think this is a bro. So, there's a lot of reasons. This is a good one to end the whole show on. So, this isn't the 90s anymore. This isn't the 80s. This is not the 70s and 60s, and for sure not the 50s. And this isn't like after that, the past before that. It's not. Social media, in a lot of ways, have affected the dating life of 2020, I guess 2000, I want to say 2014 and up, 2016 and up. That's what I want to say. Yeah, social media, dating apps, crypto, beautiful women are just, they're going to school, they're becoming doctors, they're becoming more, established, which is, they're very right to, they should. So they're kind of like career-wise competing with men. And it's just a different time. It's a different time. So many different ways, amazing ways, lucrative ways to make money. And people are doing it, men and women. And fucking kids nowadays, teenagers are doing that shit in crazy ways. But, yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of men are single. Also, Me Too is coming out. No one wants to get a part of that. There's so many times where people hook up, and then, so-and-so was drunk, this person was drunk, and then last minute they were kind of embarrassed, and then they all of a sudden like say, hey, I didn't want to do that. He made me do that. I wasn't in the right state of mind. People don't want to have nothing to do with that. Also, like, there is a lot, I don't know how right I am on this, but I'm going to go ahead and say this. There's a lot of single moms nowadays, so the mother had to be forced to play the father role and the mother role. So a lot of sons, they didn't really see or get taught or were guided by the father or father figure on how to court a woman, how to date properly, and how to, handle everything that comes with that, especially rejection. So many people, so many guys, they talk, they try to go out with the girl, they get rejected, and they don't like it. It stings at first. But it's part of the game. It's part of the beautiful game. And, you have to get past that. That's why I think, and a lot of guys are just giving up. We have so many, like, just pleasures and just so many ways, temptations and ways that people can be, a glutton, instead of, having to fight for your right to love and date people. Like, there's so much horrible food for cheap that will make you fat. There's so much cigarettes and alcohol and vapes nowadays and drugs that, like, you can get into that is gonna, bring you down in life instead of up, because the more up you go, the more successful, the more possibilities you're gonna be able to, date, and so many, like, just temptations that once you start getting wrapped up into that, it's just, I mean, how the kids say now, you're cooked, my G, you're cooked. So you're either gonna be cooked or you're either gonna start cooking. So that's what I think it is. Also, it's so weird how everyone is on social media and you see this girl's so fine, this girl's so beautiful, this guy's so sexy, this guy's so rich, this guy has abs, that you kind of don't want to settle for who's in front of you or who's around you. Like, think about it. Back in the day, villages and tribes had, the only people around them. Back in the day, little small town places had, only the places around them. Also, people used to go to church a lot. They used to find their wife or husbands or whatever in church a lot, or the workplace, because there wasn't no social media. Social media, we're all connected, but in a weird way, we're disconnected. So it's weird. Sometimes I talk to people in life, real life, because you see some people on their phone walking through like just a robot, an NPC, just not looking around them or life. They're just on their phone, and they're doing that for years and years and years. Next time 5 years pass by, and you haven't really had a good social interaction with people you don't even know. So sometimes I go out in real life and I'll just talk to people. Hey, how's it going? Damn, what's your name? Oh, you like this work? How long you been working here? Oh, I'm not even from around here. Like, I talk to people, and I like to really, I like to fuck with people too. Sometimes I make jokes with them, and sometimes, a lot of times, I'll have an interaction with someone. Hey, how's your day going? Hey, what's your name? You from around here? Like, just the simplest stuff. And they look at me like, oh, they don't know how to act. They don't know how to react to it. It's so crazy, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this too. Like, the simplest things. And I noticed that when I talk to a little bit of an older generation, they do know how to talk to me. They do know how to have a social interaction. It's just amazing, and I think that's part of it. Why that nowadays a lot of men are single, a lot of women are single. I mean, it is what it is. I hope that answered your question. I hope this was a fun episode. I had fun doing this. I'm all nice and cozy. Christmas is almost here. New Year's is almost here. Stay tuned for next week. I got a big surprise for you. So, I mean, I hoped Lou Bloom, Good and Faithful, Old Faithful, answered some questions and you liked it. Remember, use protection, stay focused, break the fourth wall, and remember, Daddy loves you.